Ever wonder what it's like to live nearly a century? What does it take to survive? I'm Marga Ortigas. Join us as we talk about that on this episode.
There's things that stick in your mind, those snippets, and sometimes whole passages of episodes.
Nearly a century old, journalist Gaby Tabuñar cuts an imposing figure. At 92, he remains a common sight in press circles in the Philippines, Chairman Emeritus of the country's Foreign Correspondents Association. Tall, lanky, and always impeccably dressed, Tabuñar would stand out in any gathering. His striking silver hair is neatly combed and crowns dark, chiseled features, which give him a regal countenance that sets him apart. Respected and well-spoken, he still moderates media events with an uncommon grace and elegance that are reminders of a different, more genteel time.
To be a man, it doesn't need to be, the macho man. No. Man means that you have character inside to be able to say no. Because that was my father's main teaching to me. Character is the basis of all virtues, he said. You talk about kindness, generosity, all those virtues. It all comes out of character. You have to have that character. But really, character is the main driver of a man, whether good or for bad.
Gaby says his own character was forged during World War II. He was still in school. It was the 1940s and the Philippines was under Japanese occupation.
We were young. I didn't know what to do. And then somebody invited me, do you join us? So what are we going to do? We go fight the Japanese. Okay, sure. I was 15, I was 16. You think, at that age, you're immortal, So we went to the mountains and we did mostly intelligence work. We spied on the Japanese in that area.
The guerrilla group he joined also started him off on his path into communications work.
Every now and then they used to send me as a courier, and I just walked cross country. I never knew what the message was because I didn't. They said do not read it because if you get caught.
Fortunately, Gaby never got caught. He survived the war up in the mountains south of Manila with the guerrillas. When he returned to the capital city, it had been devastated beyond recognition.
Because of the shelling by the Americans. And they were shelling the Japanese. They didn't know because the Japanese were in Malate and in Intramuros using the Filipinos as shields. And it was a time that out of the ordinary, wartime. So the decisions you made, the people that you mingled with were older than you. Not these bright-eyed young people like me then.
Manila is being freed after 3 years of bondage.
Fast forward after the war. There he was. I got a job at the United States Army. Always brought with them a propaganda unit, printing press, radio station, the works. Wherever they went. In the Philippines, they had a big operation. They brought the entire, and these people that were manning it, like for example the radio, these were people that were executives from radio stations in the United States, and they were in uniform because they enlisted in the army. And when they got their background, you come, and that's how they were recruited into the press and radio units of the armed forces. I got friends, and they told me, why don't you join? They have a radio unit here. I never was in radio. I said, so no, you can. You have a good voice and all that thing. So I enlisted as an announcer. There, it began there.
There's an election less than a month from now in the Philippines, and the candidates have some more unusual backgrounds. Gaby Tabuñar has the story from Manila.
It will be election time again next month, a political exercise which promises to be as heated as previous Philippine elections. Some of those who are running.
After radio came television. By that time, Gaby had joined the private sector, becoming media director at an American pharmaceutical company. He was married and raising a young family. But CBS News in the U.S. took him on as their stringer in Manila.
And I saw how technology really worked so fast that it really outstripped not only the imagination of people here, especially here, but even experts that were forecasting that this and this and that will come in 5 or 10 years. The broadcast to for example, my area, the instant broadcast to the United States. At the instant that it was happening, people in the United States were already listening to what was happening.
The years of reporting and following news events often left him disappointed in people.
At first, you're just a newsman, just reporting. But then, when you become older at that job, it taught me that man is still conflated with that egoistic, selfish, one-sided direction that humans always take to. I'm not trying to justify, but this is what I saw. And it involved government people and people that you think that were sterling in character, but they had flaws. There were more good people that I met during the war. Somehow conflict brings out the best in people. Somehow. I'm sorry to say, but if conflict brings out, that's the only time that in disasters and conflicts are the best in men and people come out. Then when everything is peaceful, normal, then you see everything come out as it is. People come out of the shadows, and then their character come out of that facade, of that the prism that you see people from changes, and according to the circumstances.
Through it all, Gaby discovered that what's most important has nothing to do with career achievements or rewards.
The time that I met my wife is very clear to me.
His wife, Maitoni, the love of his life. They met during the war.
We finished 60 years and 10 months before she passed away. We fought a lot, but we were happy. We laughed a lot. That's why, to me, happiness in marriage is not one uninterrupted joy. Never. That doesn't happen. In fact, the formula for a happy marriage and a happy life is something that there has to be some failures in the relationship. There has to be some glitches here, and you have to repair those. Because in doing that, in getting together again, you make yourself a better man, and she makes herself a better woman. And in that, both of you grow. And in our 50th anniversary, our golden, that was the apex of our of our struggles. But we were happy. We were happy. We didn't have what we wanted, but we were happy. Because we accepted that we didn't have the best of everything, but we made the best of everything.
For Gaby, his marriage was the crux around which everything else revolved.
Sometimes when you live that life, you take it for granted that this is the way it is. You accept, but you have your tribulations. You have your joyful moments. That I thought that we would live forever. She and I, and when she passed away, I couldn't believe it. I sat down in the foot of the bed. I came from the hospital. I said, wordlessly, I was wondering. I didn't cry, huh? Of course, I was tearing up, but I didn't cry. But inside me, I was devastated. I wanted to cry. My heart was wailing and crying. But I was lost, really. I was lost. What will happen? What will I do? What will I do? What will happen to me? When everything is falling, when everything is you think lost, whenever you lose your wife or somebody, I wasn't thinking about that before. The one thing that you should not lose is your determination and your will to live.
Which he eventually found again. Gaby took a long, hard look around him and was stunned by what he saw.
Globally, what's happening now is unbelievable. Because technology and the cupidity of man all combined to make this world what it is now. It is because we seem to overwhelmed by the times and we are succumbing to the world. But we should accept them, but take them in stride. We've been seduced by. The word is good, the superficiality of things. And I think that after all is said and done, we should bring it down to the essentials. It all comes down to people. And from people, it all comes down to character. The goodness, the decency, the compassion of man. It starts with the family. The cohesiveness of family, it starts from there.
In 92 years, Gaby Tabuñar has lived through many changes. He survived a war, raised a family, been unemployed, lost not only his wife, but a son. It's been a life of ups and downs.
I have wondered that for a long time. I have a lot of questions about religion. In fact, I don't go to church anymore because of those questions.
And his search for answers isn't over. He's lived almost an entire century, but Gaby Tabuñar is a long way from slowing down.
I never got to that point when I was frustrated or there is nothing more like a character builder than disappointments and failures. I think somebody needs disappointments and failures in life in order to make himself or herself a better person. You think that I'm 92 and I've seen everything, done everything, and I'm contented? No, I'm still trying to be a better person than I am now. You never stop. You never stop. When you live that all your life, you have a responsibility to yourself. You owe it to yourself to continue being this of what you were, what you wanted to become. Not a great man, but a good man, a decent man. That's all.
Can you picture yourself at 100? What does a good life look like to you? Do write us and share your thoughts. I'm Marga Ortigas. Thank you, and check back in with us soon.